Hey, this is the Average Joe's Weekly Roundtable. Roundtable is just a place where the Joes get together and talk about things going on in the gaming world, things that bother us, and anything else we think of at the time. I'm Austin, and with me is Christian and PJ, and we're the Joes. We got a couple of things I want to talk about today. We were actually just talking about this, so it's perfect timing. The first topic that I got written down is just games from your childhood. What are games that just straight up stick out? Like, if I just tell you to broadly say what games did you fucking spend a shitload of time on and couldn't put down, or or just like make you want to go back to?
Halo.
Oh shit. Okay, that's a given for sure. I have to agree with you on that one. I put way too much time into Halo. Halo 2 especially. I mean, I played the shit out of Halo 1, and we played a lot of, but Xbox Live wasn't as mature as it was, once Halo 2 came.
No, a lot of LAN parties with Halo 1 for sure.
Oh man,
or 4-player split screen,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, we used to. I used to actually LAN just 2v2, like every other day. I'd take it over to my buddy's house, and sometimes it'd be 3v3, whatever, if we get the girls in on it. But they were always just holding us back. But
we had that one friend in the group that figured out LAN, because I was too young to really understand what to do with LAN. But then you had that one guy whose dad was really techie, and he figured it out. And you have
without the dad being techie part.
Well, of course, yeah. But then you put them all together, and then you got this massive game going on. That was mind blowing,
Yeah,
Loved
for
it.
sure. I mean, okay, so did you have a Nintendo 64? I'm sure you did at one point.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the N64, there's one that like still sticks out to me. Like to this day, I wish they could. I mean, they remade it, but it wasn't quite as good. The story was great, but Conker's Bad Fur Day. Did you play that? I know PJ did.
Yeah, great.
I didn't actually, no.
Dude.
I was too busy with like Zelda and shit like that.
See, and Zelda was great. It really was, and I put a shitload of time into that back in the day as well. In fact, I didn't even beat Ocarina of Time when I was a kid. I got stuck on the water temple, and I had to go back and beat it as an adult. It's depressing. But no,
at least you went back. I mean,
oh yeah, for sure. And now that they remade it, I got on the Game Boy Advance. Wow, no, on the 3DS, and it's great. Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
that would have
been
been
cool. They put that over there. Yeah, for sure.
But
that's
dude,
a classic.
Conkers should put Conkers on the damn DS. That would be, dude. I know since you didn't play it, you don't know. But first of all, the story, the campaign, it was really funny. It's supposed to be a comedy, but also like, they'd like reference like lewd stuff, and there was like a flower. She was a woman, and she like covered up her boobs with leaves, and you had to what was it? You had to get bees to go and try and pollinate on her to make her open up her leaves. It was dumb as hell. There was a poo monster that you beat by throwing toilet paper in his mouth.
And all it was the story was where he had to go home after a night of drinking.
Yeah, he
right?
was a drunk squirrel, and you fucked everything up that night.
Gotcha.
It was really good, really good, and the multiplayer was.
Kids our age during that time period.
Oh
so
yeah, I actually had to hide it from my
money's worth,
parents.
I'm sure. Yeah, exactly. One of those games you had to sneak.
Yeah, oh yeah, but it was fantastic. The multiplayer though was awesome, but we had to be really careful. Like I said, with my parents, we couldn't turn up the volume because,
cussed.
Oh yeah, the squirrels, they had no problems cussing. You get on a big machine gun and just die, you motherfucker. I mean, it was pretty cool.
That's how we learned. That's how we learned our favorite words.
Yeah.
Remember the D-Day level?
Oh
you had, like,
man.
Oh my gosh! Or the bank level where you had Neo.
I forgot about that, dude. Yeah.
And he just walks in and is just. And oh my god.
One of the multiplayer variants was I forget what it was called, but basically you're settlers coming to a new land, and then the other team are the Teddies, who are like they're supposed to be like Nazi based basically, and they're just you're literally on turrets just wiping out these like new settlers like with no weapons. They're just like civilians trying to get to a new home, and you're just unloading on them, sniping them, but their whole goal is to escape and go through and get past you or whatever. But it's terrible but awesome. I don't wanna spend all day on Conkers, but there was GoldenEye, Perfect Dark, which to me are basically the same game on 64.
Oh, GoldenEye.
No way. Perfect Dark to me is just so much better.
Well, it had that thermal gun that you could shoot through walls. Too good.
Yeah, Perfect Dark introduced bots, and as a kid that didn't have internet growing up, that was the best thing that they could have done. That's why I liked Unreal. Unreal did the same thing, and I was just like, yes,
true.
more games need to do this, and no games do it. Now it doesn't matter because I have internet, so it's like whatever. But
okay, but what? I mean, obviously, like Kingdom Hearts, I spent fuckloads of time on Kingdom Hearts. Man, I couldn't even. I can't even get into Kingdom Hearts right now. Our buddy Aaron claimed that he got over 99 hours and the time reset on him. And now I'm not so sure. I'm not sure that would happen, but I never put that much time in that. Yeah, so I don't know.
Back in the day, you don't fucking question it.
Right. Okay, so I mean, what are other games that y'all played? I mean, you can't just be Halo.
I think all the classics just come to mind. I mean, Zelda, Halo, Mario,
yeah, true.
Smash Bros, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon in just general. I mean, just Pokemon.
Yeah, and I mean, when you're talking Halo,
and then
there's so much. Goddamn, the campaign.
And then World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
comes to mind.
WoW is even still relevant to this day, which is crazy.
Yeah,
but it's still good as hell. They keep adding good stuff.
Also, most of the games that we're listing off still relevant to this day, like Zelda, Halo.
True, those are. You're right. That's true. That's a good point. And Kingdom Hearts is coming out potentially. So.
Testament to the creators.
Final Fantasy, they all
going.
I spent a lot of time in Final Fantasy. Onimusha. I don't think you played that one either, Christian. It was on PS2, and it was great. It was you were a samurai. There were demons.
Do you guys remember that hack and slash game?
Ninja Gaiden? Yes, I do.
No, it was where you just like were one person, and it was just like a million people coming at you, and all you got to do is fight them and kill as many as you can without dying.
Oh yeah, it's like Samurai Warriors and 99 Nights.
Okay, yeah. So I think that idea should come back, but like broaden, or is it broaden? Is that the right word? Like broaden it a little bit, like open it up a little bit, making it like I don't know, because I remember playing it back in the day, and I just kind of missed that. So I thought that was great, but they just kind of kept the same game formula over and over again.
Hyrule Warriors or whatever.
Yeah, they did kinda,
exactly. Yeah. But they did do Hyrule Warriors, which was fantastic. And actually, I was reading an article back in the day, and I think it was Kotaku saying that they say that's easily the best spin-off Zelda ever, like made.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easily it is. Like it's so
pretty
good.
Cool. It's pretty cool. I mean, they also did Berserk. I think that was pretty recent. Berserk was
I didn't play Berserk.
I didn't get to either. It didn't get great reviews though, to be honest. Which I was a little disappointed with. The anime was fantastic.
That's a little unfortunate.
All right, so the next topic I got written down here, and I don't know how much time we'll put into this one, but there's a lot of games nowadays that are doing like seasons, and I don't mean like Forza seasons like we talked about in the other videos. I mean like Rainbow Six, for instance. You were just playing that. You got it's season 1, season 2. Fortnite's doing it. I mean, a lot of games are, but
yeah,
I'm not. There is a way to do it right. I'm not sure what that right way would be. But like Fortnite's, for instance, you have to buy a battle pass every season. Rainbow Six, you have to buy, and that's $25 for Rainbow Six, I think, to buy the season pass. I don't want to have to pay for the game every couple months or every 6 months. That's
right.
If I'm looking for a paid service like WoW, I would play that.
I think it's funny you said that. A lot of games are going that way. I think it's a way to disguise DLC.
Yeah,
when you hear DLC, people are like, "Ooh, they cringe."
But you say it's a new season pass, and
right?
Yeah, exactly.
They put a bow on it. They make it seem like, and at the same time, they're still developing the game. You know, they're adding more stuff. That's what you're paying.
And so I definitely, that's a good point though, because they should be paid for their work. They're putting more work and time into it. They should be. And
I think that's
completely
all. I
agree
think
with
that's
that.
mainly what it is. Why they're making you pay for it, because like, as a company and as you know, like a world where money is king.
You can't expect new sales.
Yeah,
constantly.
you can't expect. Well, yeah, you just can't. Yeah, you can't expect to give it anything away for free. I mean,
Well, yeah, this is a business. This is a very lucrative industry. You know,
That
video
being-
games are becoming more mainstream, and
I'm glad you pointed that out though, because I almost called it a cash grab, but it's like, what would they do that wouldn't be a cash grab, really? I mean, anything you do, they're looking to make some profit. Why else
Yeah.
are they doing it? So
I think it just depends on how expensive a season pass the developer decides to put the season pass.
yeah, I agree, and how much content you're adding.
Fortnite is 100% worth it to me if you love the game. $10 every 4 months is not a lot, or 3 months is not a lot to ask.
Yeah,
and you get a shit ton of
see,
stuff.
that's already how much I've bought.
It's-
Player Unknowns. I paid $30 for that game, and I never had to pay for any more, and I never have. I've put 300 something hours in that game. Fortnite,
Yeah,
I haven't even put that much time into it, and I would
Right.
definitely
It's-
still
it's-
not want to pay $30.
is entirely subjected to
It is.
the gamer, because
it
if you,
is.
if you see the value in the game itself, you're gonna pay extra to continue playing it with the newer content.
And,
Yeah.
and to me, skins is not as big of an incentive anyway. To me, I mean,
Yeah,
skins are
yeah,
cool,
for sure.
but it's like Rocket League, for instance. I'm not gonna buy the you know.
Well, you
the
say
packs
that,
and
but
things.
that's still a huge grab for people. People want to look. Cool,
No, for
people
sure.
wanna
A lot of
stand
people-
out.
I mean,
it'll
aesthetic
grab
is a-
people's attention to do
Oh
it.
yeah, and
Yeah.
don't be wrong. There's definitely ones that I'm just like, damn, that would be cool to have. But then I look at it and I'm like, oh, 800 V-Bucks. I'm gonna have to
Right.
spend this much
Well,
money to have this many points left over and still not be able to buy those points. And
Well, that's a perfect example. We're
Yeah.
gonna put Fortnite as the scale here. You know, someone like PJ who really enjoys the game is going to pay for that battle pass. And
Yeah.
Somebody like you that's just kind of like whatever. You're not going to feel that inclined to do so. So
True.
it's not a right way or wrong way of doing what they're doing for seasons, but it's good for the developer, for existing fans, to get them continue playing their game versus going out and spending their money elsewhere.
Well, I mean, but would you rather have like season passes and things or loot boxes?
I mean,
as
I
long
think it's
as-
the same thing.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I agree.
It's all
I
money
do
going
too.
towards your game. That's
As long as I
the
don't
bottom line.
have to buy loot boxes to play the game,
Right.
and they're
I-
completely optional, they don't bother me even in the slightest.
I agree.
Yeah.
As long as it's not pay to win
Yeah,
concept, like if the foundational game is broken and they need the DLC and the loot boxes, whatever it may be, to complete it, that's the issue I have personally. But if it's a game and they're just adding more content that doesn't give you an advantage over the actual integrity of the game, then it's fine. It's just extra shit that you can equip and all that stuff. So.
Yeah.
And the older
Alrighty.
I'm getting, I used to. Sorry, really quick.
no, I agree.
I hated microtransactions. It's still a sour word in the gaming industry today. When you
Yeah.
hear microtransactions, people cringe.
You're
They're
damn
like,
right.
why? But the older I'm getting, I'm understanding that yes, they got to be paid.
Yeah.
It's not.
Mhm.
It's not for. They're not entitled, or they don't owe us anything for buying the game in the first place and then owe us a bunch of free content. Now, if that's something you want to do like CD Projekt Red, that's like all about giving
Yeah, CD Projekt's a good
No, that's-
example. They gave a lot of free aesthetic stuff,
But they didn't have
weapons,
to,
and
that's
they
not
didn't
like-
have to. And
Yeah,
they
they
really
didn't
only
have to,
charged you
so.
for substantial content. I mean, their
Right.
DLC was they were large updates. They weren't just
Right.
just
But I
throwing a
think
couple
it helps
skins
that
in.
they're also the developer and publisher.
It does.
So
They
they're
they
not
make a lot of their
splitting
own
any money
rules.
with anybody else.
Yeah.
All that revenue is going straight back to them, and I think that's what allows them to do that, because they don't have to make, when they make additional content, they don't have to make extra money because they've
Yeah.
already made it on top of it. So, anyways, I want to throw that in there. We can move on.
So Okay, bear with me on this one, all right? Valve just released, or they're showing that they're going to be releasing a new VR game. I believe it's VR Portal, but they released a demo called Moondust.
Yeah.
I don't know the specifics, but it's supposed to basically it's made to show off their new their new hand tracking. It's called the Knuckles. Basically the touch, but for Vive. And it looked like you have all 5 fingers control versus just the finger and these 3. So that may be pretty cool. It looked pretty nice, but that's not even what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is, does this mean that Valve's making games now? Are they not just focusing on their Steam? Are they actually doing it? Can we expect a third of any of their games?
I don't think so. I think so. I only read one article and I didn't even read it. I only read like a third of the way through because I was just like, oh, okay. Because what I read about it is that Moondust is, I think as the public you can buy it. Maybe, I think, I don't know, because what it's specifically for is for developers. Yes, it's to show off their glove, but it's to show the developers what the glove can do for their VR games.
I don't think it's for devs, because even like with the touch, it has demos specifically for the touch controller, so that way you know how you can use it.
I'm telling you, the article I read said that it's for developers to show. It's specifically a demo for developers to show off what the glove can do if they choose to go that direction with their VR games. So if like the Oculus decides to use,
yeah, it's really just to show what it can do. That's.
Sounds like an engine almost.
It really is. It's not a game. It's not a game. It's
a game. It's just a demo. That's all it is.
But
just to show off.
Yeah,
the
it's not a game at all, and it's not like, as far as public going, they don't really expect the public to buy it. I mean, they don't. It's for the article I read. It's specifically for developers. You can buy it as a regular consumer, like if you wanted to.
You talking about Moondust?
Yes, but it's for developers.
Yeah, you
probably
glove. Get Moondust for free. It probably comes in Steam VR. So that way you can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There you go. It's not really. I don't think they're making games at all. They're showing off their glove for developers.
Makes sense.
I'll look up articles after this, but that's the article I read. I don't know.
There's not really any articles you could look up that would go into this. This is all speculation. But if they do make another game, it's gonna be VR. I almost guarantee it. Too much of their stuff would work really well with VR.
Okay, well, I was definitely misunderstanding what you were saying then. I thought you were. I didn't realize you were talking about the Steam making games again, or
we
Valve.
can speculate all day what Valve will do, you know.
I don't know. I don't know if Valve's gonna ever make games again.
I don't think so either.
I would love to see Half-Life 3. That would be amazing.
If they came out with a game, it probably wouldn't be Half-Life 3 right away. Actually, they might, because they would come out with a bang. But
the only realistic game that I can ever see them making, Portal 3, and that's even stretching it. And the only reason why I'm saying Portal is because they wouldn't even need to upgrade the engine. The graphics are still decent enough. They could just make Portal 3 and make new puzzles.
Oh, for sure.
And at that point, all you have to do is make DLC for it. So,
I think they would need to put in like some sort of decent story with it, though. I mean, they could.
I think there
really
is.
Easily.
I think there is a story to Portal. You just
not in the two that I played the first two, and it's kind of a story, but it's really just somebody talking in the background while you're trying to figure out the puzzles. It's not really like a.
Gotcha.
Like there's no end goal, other than just beating the levels.
Beating the levels, yeah. Okay. And I've played them, but it's been a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the fact that they're co-op though. That's legit as hell, and that makes the puzzles even fucking crazier. I would really love to see a new Valve game come out, even if it's not Half-Life. In fact, I could see it being a different name than Half-Life, and it's still probably going to be in the same universe, because they've already said that Portal is in the same universe, and I mean, I'm sure if Moondust is in the Portal universe, that means it's awesome. So I mean, they've clearly got. I don't know. I think they do have things at least thought about and planned out, maybe even written.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, I mean.
It's kind of like Nintendo sitting on, a good, like the really good Pokemon game that everybody wants, but they just don't do it for whatever the fuck reason. All right, so my last and final topic here: crossplay, and I'm literally talking crossplay in general. Right now, Sony's not being super nice. They they're not really cooperating super well with anybody.
Yeah, I'm definitely for it. I couldn't be more.
I just don't see a downside to it. You know what I mean? Like, they said it's because we're protecting our community from whatever, but like, what is the downside, really?
Yeah, I don't really see one either, except exposing some of your younger kids to potentially like cuss words. But like,
that's just gonna happen regardless of.
I was
gonna
say that's why they put on there online materials not rated by the ESRB or whatever whoever rates them.
To me, it's Sony being kind of greedy. They're just like, well, yeah, but if you play it on everything, why buy a PS4?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think the only
Go
complication I would think, like I agree. I don't think there's downfall on a gamer's perspective.
Yeah, from their perspective, they're seeing a down incline.
I see issues, but then I also see issues if servers and networks gotta communicate with one another. That's
Maybe.
like what one has issues to the other. Like say you're on the Xbox, everything's working, but the PlayStation network's down, right? Then that could cause complications with your matchmaking system for that game because you're trying to match with PlayStation and they all go down. It's like, okay, who's left over? That kind of like that type of technology I know exists, but
there should already be things in place in case those things happen anyway. So I mean that's gonna be an issue regardless. Well, I mean generally the developer would focus on the game. True.
It's Microsoft's issue. It's Nintendo. It's Steam.
If they have competent employees, though, they will find the issue and know whose fault it is.
Well, hey, we live in the United States of America, 2018. We know that's not.
Yeah, for sure. Although I did see today, actually, that Sony commented on the potential future for crossplay, and things, and this is, I quote, the dude from Sony. I didn't mark his name down because I don't care. He said, "I'm confident we'll get a solution which will be understood and accepted by our gaming community." So literally, he gave us nothing. I mean, he can say what he wants, but that ain't nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Go both ways. It's like, yeah, we decided no, but we gave you a good reason, so you understand, right?
Exactly. Like, damn. We'll see. I really want it to happen because, I mean, I have a lot of Sony friends that just prefer it specifically for the controller. You know what I mean? It doesn't even have anything to do with like Microsoft hate or anything else like that. It's just they prefer the controller, which I can see that because I'm partial to the Xbox controller.
Sure.
So I don't know. I'd like to see it come in the future, but we'll see what Sony actually will allow and because I feel like if they do, there's going to be some caveats that come with it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, that's all the topics I got for today. I'll think of some more for next week, and we'll get talking. Y'all got more? Y'all let us know. There's more. You guys, anybody watching wants to know, just put it in the comments, and we'll think about it. But likelihood is we'll bring it up. If it's a decent thing to discuss, we'll bring it up anyway.
Serious topics only.
Alrighty. Well. I'll see you guys later.
All
right, dude. Later.
Later.